Majidov lost his opening contest at the World Championships to Stanislav Gunchenko of Ukraine.
Always difficult coming out here, starting it all off here, and yeah, a little bit of nerves. It's like the first fight when you're out there, and you just a little bit of nerves. You've been waiting. You've had a long break in between your first round matches, and then you get time to just relax a little bit, and then all of a sudden, bang, you're there again. So of course the warm-up is absolutely imperative.
Noel van der End is the other Dutch athlete in the weight category with Smink, and Commonwealth Ustapirion is the athlete in the weight category with Majidov, and they were all four of them at the World Championships.
Yeah, he was one, wasn't he? He didn't have a good World Championships. It just didn't go his way at all. So this is a strong fight for grips, and look for the possibility of, when they break off a grip, if they break off separate, they'll get a penalty for it now. So the whole idea of having so much variety now of gripping that you can do, you can cross grip, you can go onto the same sleeve, and you get time to set it up as long as you're attacking off it. So if they do break a grip off, they've got to keep it. So now something might happen here. Look at the unusual grip there. And Majidov holding underneath the armpit, and they do some really strange techniques from there, but they do have a lot of success with it. And he might try and get that leg out here, Schmink, and if he can get the leg out, he'll turn it into the Yushiro Kesagatami, and he does, and he's just got to hold it for 20 seconds. If he had a Wazari on the board, it'd just be 10 seconds, but he's got to hold this now. As it goes past 10, he's already got a Wazari, and now he's got to hold it for another few seconds, and he's going to get the Ippon, and it's going to be Schmink that gets the first medal. Well, we just had a referee meeting actually just prior to this, because many of the referees got to shoot off immediately catching early flights. So they had a referee meeting just prior to this final block, and they were just saying that there's more Newaza today than there was.
Place.
Yeah, that's come out right, hasn't it? Yeah. Nice bit of groundwork from him. He had the leg trapped there, so the seconds didn't tick up till he got rid of that leg. And then as soon as it came out there, just turned it into the Yushiro Kesagatami and held it for the full 20 seconds. Those legs split there just to create good balance, and reproportioned his weight. Good control of that sleeve, and the smile says it all.
We've got a second bronze medal contest coming up now. It features Didar Hamza of Kazakhstan. He goes up against Nemanja Majdov of Serbia. It'll be Hamza in the white judogi, Majdov in blue. The first ever head-to-head meeting between this pair. 42 on the world ranking list for Hamza, 20 for the former world champion Nemanja Majdov. The referee in the middle for this one is Mariano dos Santos of Brazil.
Well, he looked better today, Majdov, than we've seen him for a little while. And from a And I think you were saying, weren't you, that it's his dad that's in the chair, his coach.
It is, yeah. His biggest fan. Just leaned onto Hamza there, and Hamza, you know,
Will pick up a penalty, probably.
you have to know who your opponent is. I think in the opening you said about him being tactically astute or clever, or, you know, and immediately moving over to the edge of the competition area. He won't work again. But it's too late now. He's already got Shido on the board.
Shido on the board, and yeah, like I say, just take every opportunity. If you want to drift over there, then I'll go with you, and I'll give you a little helping hand.
Well, helping hand, he's not helping himself by going over there again. Dida Hamza.
Well, often what happens is they've got to stay within that yellow area, remember that, and so they'll lean on them to get them to push back, action, reaction, and we know quite a few people that play that card all the time.
And the only other out for him when he's backed up in that corner is to put in an attack, and that one, I mean, all right, he got given the benefit of the doubt, but for me, there was never any intention for him to throw. All he wanted to do was to get out of that corner. Well, how did you get there? There's a huge map there. You found yourself in that corner and you put yourself there.
Yeah, I think good decision from the referee there. He's gone to Myadov, right, okay, you know, you've got to start to do something and start to attack, because just pushing towards the edge isn't enough. So, and that's probably the commission as well that helped that along the way, and I think a really good decision.
Yeah, had Maidov come up with even a single strong attack, would have been enough to save him picking up that penalty. When the contest gets underway and it moves in this kind of tactical, goes along this tactical route, there's very little else that we can talk about, because that's what both players are bringing to the party at the moment. Just like to see them grip up and try some judo.
Yeah, like we said, haven't we, in the past, that it's nice to see open matches where both come out throwing big techniques in there, trying to score upon. You can see by their body posturing that, you know, what they want. And yeah, we're always with Maidov, we've got a tactical element to it.
Both fighters pick up penalties for avoiding to take a grip.
Yeah.
And now we've got 4 Shidos
Name
on the
me a
board.
technique as well.
Not one.
Oh, that's the third Shido there. That's
breaking off the grip with the leg.
Yeah, he broke off the grip with the leg there, and I'm not so sure they won't bring that back.
Well, we saw it on this side. Mariano dos Santos, the referee,
Didn't see it.
Couldn't see it. It was away from him, and that's where you need your team to help you out. Well, he hasn't had the call, has he?
No, it didn't come from the video analysis group either.
The very least that we can say is that the cut that might have picked up earlier on hasn't troubled him. He's got a bit of, I don't know whether it's stitching or...
Yeah, well, one thing's for certain, he won't want the massive plaster around the head. Although it'd stick a lot better when he's not sweating. That's the problem half the time. If they have to go off and it's sweating there, you know, nothing sticks.
Just under a minute left to go.
Well, that's breaking the grip off, but then immediately back in there to try and get that big arm over the back. And again, we still haven't seen any technique. We've got to see something that's going to go in. A lot of posturing. And that one was a proper technique, that's for sure.
Now the Kazakh supporters screaming for Shido.
Well, they're not wrong. You know, not necessarily yet for Shido, but they're definitely, you know, that at least it's a big attack. Last chance then, last throw of the dice here for Maidov. Gets the grip. That's just a push off, isn't it? It's just literally to push off for the sake of pushing off. Wow. What can you say? I think if Maidov starts from the centre there, just pushing his opponent out, I think it will go against him. I really do. I don't think that the supervisors, oh, look at that, scores. And, you know, well, that's what we were waiting for. You know, all this whole contest here, 20 seconds into golden score, and, well, it's shut up everybody, hasn't it, there, you know, so good technique wins in the end.
Whoa! I think what has us sitting here at times, we're frustrated knowing that Maidov, who's got such quality judo, has us, you know, waiting for 4 minutes plus. He comes up with one single attack that absolutely destroys his opponent. But in order to get there, we have to, you know, suffer through 4 minutes of pushing, pulling, dropping, you know, passivity, cross-gripping,
you name it.
You name every, you know, kind of negative thing that you can. Nemanja goes through it. And of course, he will, you know, back himself up by saying, oh, but did you see that Seoinage? It was, yeah. Well, yeah, but, you know, what happened with the other 3 minutes, 59 seconds? Anyway,
sets it up then for the...
Beautifully.
Yeah, for the Seoinage. Look at this. Drop Seoinage. And right the way, well, Seotoshi, as the Kodokan would say, anything that goes downwards.
Look how
there.
tight he is.
Yeah, really tight on the arm. He gets right the way around. He gets full rotation. And a big sigh of relief there from coach.
Dad loves it.
Yeah.
And he's a granddad now, by the way.
Is that right?
Yeah. He's got, the man who's got a little boy called Nemanja.
Of course it is.
Well, it was mercifully brought to a very, very nice finish by the former world champion, Nemanja Maidov. It was an excellent technique, actually. It really was. Enjoyed watching that. Just found it difficult watching the first
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
And 19 seconds.
We come now to the final of the under 90 kilo category. Beka Gviniashvili of Georgia goes up against Loris Tassier of France. It'll be Gviniashvili in the white judogi, Tassier in blue. Number 4 on the world ranking list goes up against number 150. Yes, you heard it, right? 150. The referee in the middle for this one. Well, before we come to that, let's have a look at the road to the final. Beg your pardon. Talibov, Boshashvili, Salidis and Maidov were downed by Gviniashvili on his way. For Tassier was Shah, Sagipov, Ustapirion and Smink. They fell at the hands of Tassier. Okay, the referee in the middle for this one is Lim Hide of the Republic of Korea. Neil.
I'm just going to say that the world ranking there says it all, really, basically. This man here has been there so many times before. He's an absolute genius at times. He comes out with the most amazing techniques. This man here, his first time here in a major tournament, and senior-wise, that is, and he's in his first Grand Slam final. And I've got to say, he's had a really good run through here. And if there's anybody to really trouble, if he could believe it, you know, I don't think, hopefully, he doesn't come out here and doesn't believe and can't believe that he's here and be satisfied with the silver. I hope he goes for it. It's going to be a good match. It could be. Sometimes when you get somebody 150 in the world, nothing to lose. Throw caution to the wind. Just go for it.
Can't stay too long on the belt.
Oh, he's just taking him down. That's it. It's all over.
Yeah.
Was Harry then to Gaviniashvili there? Just a nice little Ashy was there, directly in, and
He knows.
something wrong. Yeah, there's something wrong with the landing there. It's all over, and I think there was a small injury as he went down. So that was, wasn't it? It wasn't. That was yeah. Well done.
Gaviniashvili, I mean, if you could read faces, you would know that Gaviniashvili was looking at him saying, "You're a little bit out of your depth there, aren't you?"
Just a tiny. And you know, I was kind of
felt for him. He felt for him,
half
didn't he?
afraid, you know, that he got there. He can't believe he's there, you know. And this man here just made very easy work of that final, didn't he? Gaviniashvili, Georgia haven't had the best of days today, got to say. And Gaviniashvili absolutely did the business there.
What is it that we have liked about Bekir Gaviniashvili for so long? Because he's not your classic, you know, go-to athlete for demonstrating, you know, superb techniques, but there's just something about him that is so likeable.
There is. This was a mistake, wasn't it? I mean, it was nowhere. There was no commitment there whatsoever there. Tassier has been performing really well all day, and he just tripped up there. Gaviniashvili chases him down to the ground, secures the top half, and says, "No way are you going to even breathe, let alone move."
And maybe one of the things that he felt, well, first of all, there's the shock at just going over so easily. And then the other thing is, I think that Gaviniashvili in that position transmits to him, "You're not going anywhere."
No.
You know,
He wasn't going to get up for a year, was he? 12 months he could have held him there.
And then there was, like 2 or 3 seconds later, he had his hands on his head as if to say, "What on earth has happened here?" Tassier has to settle for second place. Right, we come to the first of the bronze medal contests in the under 78 kilo category. Loriana Kuka of Kosovo goes up against Audrey Chermio of France. It'll be Kuka in the white judogi, Chermio in blue. They have gone head-to-head twice, and it's 1-1. The referee in the middle for this one is Ramzadin Saidov of Uzbekistan.
Yeah, well, it's always nice to see Chermio back. Lost in the semi-final to Natalie Powell. She said she stopped, but she's definitely stopped at the wrong time, because Natalie Powell was absolutely in when she started the technique and took her back, won by Ippon. So she'll be out. And I tell you, this lady here can come out of the blocks full on. But this one here as well, she had a lot of potential in her early days. And here she is fighting for a medal in one of the major events. And Kuka will be out to prove something as well. Could end quite quickly, could go the whole way. I know that's sitting on the fence, but watch Audrey Chermio. Let's just see what she's got in store.
What mood she's in.
Yeah, it is. Which one turns up?
She's got lovely Ashi Waza, really.
The longer this goes, the better it will be for Kuka, that's for sure. So if she can just ride the storm of the onslaught, the first couple of minutes, then she has a better chance.
The other thing that Chermio has been prone to throughout her career is times of frustration when she hasn't been able to bring off her techniques. 2 minutes into the contest, you've tried left, you've tried right, you've tried front, you've tried back, and it's just not happening. And then all of a sudden it begins to unravel, little things begin to creep in to her game, just show her frustration.
Well, Kuka's the one taking the initiative here, and Chermio might just pick up a Shido here for not doing anything. So she'll have to start to work. nice Ochi, isn't it, that? She does the Ochi, she does the Osoto off it as well. But she's fighting somebody opposite here. She just scoops that leg up sometimes, doesn't she?
Just keeps the opponent wary of stepping forward too much, leaning forward and favouring one side. And right now, Kuka has got that left leg invitingly placed. A little bit too far in front for my liking.
A little bit too... come on, have a go. 3 Shidos, and it's Honso Kamaki, so they can't afford too many of those.
Neither fighter are able to settle on a grip from which they can really work. They're deciding to go over the back, but Kuka wasn't having any of it. Collapsed onto her knees, just under the first bit of pressure there. Got a little over, well, just under a minute and a half. Kuka hasn't really pressured Chermio enough for me. I'd like to have seen a few more big attacks just to unsettle the more experienced fighter and make her do something. They've just been battling for grips.
Yeah, just like I say, we need to see some big techniques going in. We haven't seen any groundwork either so far.
They both appear to be perfectly happy to just, you know, wander around the tatami and have a little go here, have a little go there, but I cannot remember either of them taking a big risk and coming in with a big effort. And that is after 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, we just want to see it open up just a bit now. Somebody take a couple of chances. Well, for me, that's just a drop. Tell me that's not just a drop. I mean, that was there was no technique there. One last chance.
Yeah, when you look at that action and you try to link it to any recognizable waze in the Gokyo, where would you put that? I mean, the closest would be some kind of makikomi, but not that I could put a name to.
I didn't expect this. I thought that they certainly Chimeo. I thought she'd come out here, really go for it.
Just trying to draw Kuka in. Close enough for possibly Uchimata. I haven't seen her attempt it as yet.
Golden score can go as long as they don't receive another penalty, either of these, or any kind of score from a throw, hold down, or arm lock or strangle. And they're both, well, that was kind of a half a technique. They might just finish this.
Well, if not, then Kuka is looking at losing this.
Yeah, one more technique by Chimeo, and this will be all over if she doesn't let Kuka back into it. So they've stopped it, and they're going to give it.
referee wants to know whether Chermio has broken off a grip here, I think. That was the only action that I could see there. Yeah, and it was. Yeah, no.
Well, you know, they're confused, you know, they shake their heads, but if I was out there and I wasn't attacking, I'd think, well, I've got a 50% chance here of getting it, so
It could be me.
yeah. Absolutely didn't do anything, and then wonders why. But you know, there was another match exactly the same yesterday, wasn't there? You know,
Spent all the time just gripping. So at some stage there's going to be a gripping infringement because that's all you're doing.
yeah.
And unfortunately for Chermio, it went against her. Well, we never like to talk about a lackluster performance, but that certainly lacked the kind of punch or bite that we were looking for.
Well, I think we just need to be able to recognise some throws that go in, you know, what throws are going in. Just such a variation of throws, forwards, backwards, sacrifice. Anyway, okay, next one up.
Yes, we hold out hope for something a little bit better in the second of the bronze medal contest. This features Anna Monta Olek of Germany. She goes up against Inbar Lanier of Israel. It'll be Olek in the white judogi, Lanier in blue. The referee in the middle for this one is Randos Kianov of Kazakhstan.
Well, I think one thing I can say here is that Lanier is going to come out here and she's going to be fighting like mad to get a score. This lady here will have to be on her game to stop this one here, because that's how she lost her semi-final. I mean, she just came out and she was just going for it. So hopefully this is going to be the same. Olek of Germany against Lanier of Israel. So watch out for the whirlwind. Here comes Lanier. A big thundering arm there coming over.
She from the school of Frank de Witt.
Yeah, one attack straight away.
Throw or be thrown.
And looking for the Uranagi there as well. Yeah, like you say, she is from the school of Frank de Witt. I like that.
And the thing is, they're not going to change their modus. That's the way they operate.
That's the way, absolutely. She's a fighter through and through. Big arm over. That's a second, third attack here. Just non-stop, it's Lanier. And now, and that was a nice Uchimata as well. And so Olek decided that she's going to have a little go as well. Olek is here to fight.
I was talking to your friend Moshe Ponti with Shani Hershko and saying, you know, there's no stopping her, is there?
And they said no.
Both of them said no. We can say what we want, but she does what she wants.
Well, I love it though. You know, I just think it's you know, as long as she can just, from a tactical point of view, just learn to take a step back sometimes. You know, because she only knows forwards. This one. She's going to go for the pickup. Here we go. Uranagi.
The funny thing is that your opponent comes in for Ojigari. You don't think of getting off it. You think about countering them.
That's all she's thinking about, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, self-preservation is first, isn't it? Not with her. Attack. How can I attack this attack?
Nice Ojigari. It wasn't far off. It didn't get the landing. It was away from the referee as well, but it wasn't there. It was a nice change of direction, Ochi, as well. And you can see there that nothing touches.
a little bit taller than Lanier. German girl, Oleg.
Just on the mate there.
Yeah.
And a massive Uranagi. She's not letting it go.
No.
She's going now. You'll have to make sure. Video referee will have to get me up. Well, that was a massive Harborelli technique, wasn't it? And big arm over the top there. Well, Oleg really is here to fight as well. So this is just so different to the last match that we just saw.
Years old, Oleg, last year's junior world champion. I think we were in Olbia in Italy. Took the gold medal there. This is her first ever Grand Slam. She's made her way to the final. Picks up a penalty there.
One Shido up there to Oleg. I don't know where that, well, why? But here we go. She just goes just below the belt, doesn't she, a couple of times there when she does that Uranagi.
Minute left to go.
Good match this, isn't it? I mean, it's going back and forth, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't see anyone folding here.
Wow.
Almost came up with a Koji there. Big effort.
Natural progression, isn't it? Junior world champion, then just coming into seniors. You know, you fight for a medal on your first Grand Slam. It's a nice transition. And that's going to score, yeah, that's going to score. And Wazari scored there, 22 seconds to go. I'm not saying that's against the run of play, but in some ways it is. But you've got to take your hat off to Oleg, because she's plugged away as well, hasn't she?
Yeah, she hasn't been swamped by Lanier's efforts. Stood up against that initial barrage. Oh, yes!
Gets it back, wow. So Lanier pulls it back, 7 seconds to go, and that movement there brings her back on point.
She had to dig deep there, didn't she?
She did. But, you know, credit to her that she really did. That Sumigaeshi there kind of came in from a different angle and takes Oleg over.
Both coaches being asked just to calm down a bit. Right, time for a reset here, and I think more so for Lanier than Oleg, because she's got to look at what's left in the tank. There's not a great deal. She had a big effort right at the front, and then she had to dig deep right at the back end of regulation time to come up with the score that tied things up. There can't be a great deal left there now.
Oleg is going for it. Great effort from her as well. And we know that she just comes forward all the time, but Oleg She is as well. She's firing back.
Well, now, for me, Oleg should also realise that there's not a great deal left in the tank. You know, she can finish things off here.
Got the offside coming. Can she hold up? Oh,
No,
she's out.
No, not quite enough.
No, and it's not the 10 seconds either. A lot of energy expelled there.
You can see that she's blowing heavily here. One thing left for Lanier. Just give one more shot.
She's got to give it one more go, hasn't
Yeah,
she?
don't hang about. Just go for it.
Wow, they're going Osoto to Osoto. I thought she was going to drift out there.
Yeah.
Well, just about say, couldn't you, that started inside there.
Shani Hershko trying to
prop her up.
Guess.
She's
Nothing you can do from there, Shani.
no,
Well,
there's nothing you can do to help, is there? They got to do it.
words of encouragement, but to be honest, they've invited Shani into the stands, and he's had to accept an invitation to watch from upstairs.
An invitation.
I know you love that.
I do. He accepted. Second judo for Lanier. So one more mistake from her, and it's all over.
She knows what's required.
Yeah, really well balanced match this is.
Over the top, go for it now.
Oh, I think she's got her now,
Yeah.
and she's just going to secure it for 10 seconds, and it's going to be all done. She had to go for it there, Lanier. She knew it, she had to go for it.
Well, there's no denying that Lanier left everything on the mat.
She did. Yeah, great performance. It really was. Terrific performance from both these ladies here. There was a really good medal there for Alec as well.
That's exactly what was lacking, unfortunately, in the Kuka Chomio match. The kind of effort that we saw from Oleg and Lanier. Absolutely went for it, both of them.
Excellent stuff. And like you said, they both left it out there, didn't they? There's nothing left. She deserved it. You know, it really was a good performance. She did well to quell the onslaught there.
Congratulations. First medal in a bronze.
Yeah, if you can get past the first minute,
Germany.
I think, with Inbar Lanier, you're in with a shout.
One was area piece. Then it was all systems go, wasn't it? Who was going to do it? And it was Lanier that took the chance. She took the chance, but fell into the hold down.
Yeah, that tying score was the one that drained Inbar Lanier.
Oh yeah, for sure.
After that. Well, she gave herself a shot because she tied things up, but there just wasn't anything left.
Oleg of Germany then, the bronze medal, and here we are with the final.
Right, coming up next, the final of the under 78 kilo category for women. Ma Jinzhao of China goes up against Natalie Powell of Great Britain. That will be Ma in the white judogi, Powell in blue. They've gone head to head once before, and Ma came out on top. Let's have a look and see the road to the final. Well, for Ma, it was Zenka, Kuka, and Lanier. And for Powell, it was Berger, Oleg, and Chermio. Those were the fighters down on the route
Welcome the
to
referee from
this final. The referee in the middle for this one is Heather Lunchens of Belgium.
And now, please welcome the finalists. In white judogi, representing People's Republic of China, the world silver medalist, Ma Zhenjiao.
Well, this should be an absolute cracker. I think they're both going to go for this. I think certainly Ma is one of the better Chinese that I've seen for quite some time, actually, under 78 kilograms. Natalie Powell absolutely blasting on all 4 cylinders in this tournament. I think they're going to go for it. Here we go. The final, under 78 kilos. Powell in blue, remember. Left against right, Natalie Powell, extreme left. Ma, right-handed.
Silver medalist at the World Championships just a couple of weeks ago. Ma deciding to have another run out, this time here in Abu Dhabi.
And she's going to go for it there, Powell. Big arm over the back there. And then try to change the direction. Good intention, though.
Yeah, hasn't quite got the speed to catch Ma with that change of direction. Well, not on that occasion. And there wasn't a great deal of movement. You want your opponent reacting to the first effort. Gives you a...
Look at this, almost back to front on there. Almost.
Happy-go-lucky, is that the way you would describe Powell? Definitely at times when you chat with her.
Yeah, no, absolutely. She's just one of the nicest people I know, Natalie Powell. And
never phased or, takes everything in her stride, win, lose. She's never, I'm the best in the world. She's never, I've been robbed.
No, she comes from a lovely family as well, and they're all screaming for her right now, believe me.
Oh, chance for the turn.
Well, the Hoover won't work, of course, but just looking for the turn. It's got to happen above ground, remember. Any kind of Sakechi there has got to happen above the ground, not driving into the mat and then turning them. So that's just newaza.
And that turn would help Powell in terms of getting involved on the ground. I'm not that sure that Ma is that interested.
Pretty even so far, this. Mark Earl doing a lot of work with Natalie Powell down at the Welsh Institute of Sport. Look at the arms round the back. That's going to be the deciding factor, I think. Got to go in hard, Natalie Powell. Can't do half-hearted. Otherwise, she'll get countered. Nice Sasai. Ooh. And a nice counter to the Sasai as well. Starting to come across there for the Ashiguruma.
Yeah, good movement from Ma.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping it might go this way. Both of them want that grip round the back. Taliotosh! And it's all over. And Ma just catches her on the way out there, and Natalie Powell was going for it all the way. 100% she was going for it, Pon. There was no other way, and in the end gets caught.
The winner and the gold medalist for the women's under 78 kilogram category in white judogi, representing People's Republic of China.
Well, I think that was a combination of things that we were looking for. One, some effort, genuine effort from both the athletes, which in a way we got from Inbar Laner and Anna Monta-Olek, but a big finish as well. You know, they got the result, didn't they?
Yeah, Martin Chow was positive as well. There were counters to counters. There were some fantastic techniques coming out there from both. Natalie Powell went for it, and on the way out, just a little bit too slow on the way out. Tanio Tosh just took her down. Beautiful stuff there, and the way she got underneath the hip there to help it across.
Now the highlights of this final.
That drive off that back leg there, the absolute control of the movement, and Natalie Powell flat on her back. Chinese celebrate, and I've got to say that was a great performance from Martin Zhao.
Yeah, all day. And the other thing I just want to add to that is that she went up 12 places after her performance at the World Championships. She's probably going to go up a few places here and take her into the top 10, but so too will Natalie Powell. They'll both be back up in the top 10. Right, coming up next, the awarding ceremony for the men in the under 90 kilo category.
Please welcome Grand Slam medalists. The medals will be presented by the President of the United Arab Emirates.
The medals are being presented by the President of the Wrestling and Judo Federation, His Excellency Mohammed bin Tahoub Al-Direi.
Bronze medalists are representing Serbia, Nemanja Majdov.
The first of the bronze medals goes to Nemanja Majdov of Serbia. There's a bronze medal also for Jesper Smink of the Netherlands. Silver medal goes to Eloise Tassier of France. The gold medal goes to Beka Gviniashvili of Georgia.
Yeah, got there, didn't he, in the end? Gviniashvili there, couldn't believe his luck. Literally just jumps on him, doesn't he, there? He tripped up virtually, the Frenchman, and Gviniashvili jumps on him and says, well, you're not getting up ever.
Yeah, Loris Tassier was almost in a situation of saying, I can't believe that this has just happened.
Yeah.
Is that really a score?
Let's start again.
Yeah.
Let's start this again. And as we mean to carry on.
Disappointment.
Yeah.
For him, yeah. There'll be others, I'm sure, after this for Tassier. He's just too good for that to have been a flash in the pan.
For the national anthem of Georgia.
And now, the national anthem of Georgia. First time we've heard the Georgian national anthem
Yeah,
this time?
they've
or
been
was
struggling,
it,
haven't they? They're struggling today, but, you know, considering the strength of their team, which is immense, really.
or did we hear it on the opening day with Georgi Sadalashvili, the under 60 kilo boy,
Yes.
beating Yang Yung-wei? So
Yeah, it's two they've got now,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Majdov and Smink were the bronze medal winners. It was Tassier who took the silver, but the gold went to Gviniashvili. Coming up next, the first of the bronze medal contests in the under 100 kilo category. Alexander Kukolja of Serbia goes up against Asli Gonzalez of Romania. It'll be Kukolja in the white judogi, Gonzalez in blue. Just noticed that the coach for Romania is Dan Fashir. Haven't seen him around for a while. But the referee in the middle for this one is Lisa Harrison of Great Britain.
And now, please welcome judoka.
Well, it should be interesting. These two, both former under 90 kilogram fighters, now obviously fighting their heavier weight category, but under 100 kilos.
Winner, Alexander Kukolja.
And Gonzalez, former world champion.
London Olympic Games silver medalist, 2013.
Olympic silver.
Champion, representing Romania, Asli Gonzalez.
Formerly represented Cuba, but now they're with Romania.
Kukolja looks so much like Sherazadishvili, doesn't he? I mean, physically,
Yeah,
you
no,
look at
I
him from a
always used to get them
distance.
confused, always. You know, they have the same stamp, as you say.
Well, we'll see Sherazadishvili in a few minutes. He's in the final, but here's Kukolja. He's turned to do something.
Always a strong fight for the grips. Onto the sleeves there, you can see them pulling away like crazy, trying to get that sleeve off. Look how he goes onto the end of the sleeve there, Gonzalez. And then he'll disappear underneath any second now. He'll use the height of Kukolja to his advantage. Just needs that chance to get in.
Bronze medal in the beginning of the year. I said beginning of the year, April. The Antalya Grand Slam. It's been a bit of a lean time for the Serb.
Yeah, they both need this medal, don't they? Just to show that they are still there. And a medal here. I mean, obviously better than fifth, but of course. We haven't seen the Sianagi yet from Gonzalez. Second Shido up for Gonzalez. Just hasn't attacked. Good tactics from Kukolja as well. So they've taken the Shido off, and now big arm over from Kukolja. Is he going to use it?
Just keeping him out with the right arm, isn't he, Gonzalez? Pushing that into the hip. Oh, just taken a dive there.
Well, he's just taken a definite Shido, I think, Gonzalez.
If you didn't get the Shido before...
He will do now.
Minute and a half left to go. Collier with a bit of an advantage here now that Gonzalez has picked up two Shidos. Can afford to try and close things down. If an option comes to attack, then he will, but Gonzalez now with the problem. Gonna have to find a way past the strong gripping skills of the Serbian.
He doesn't like that, does he? Gonzalez. That big arm over the back there, he really doesn't like it.
Could have ducked underneath as well.
Yeah, that might be it.
That's what Lisa Harrison is asking for the video replay to check.
If we could have a little look. I'm not sure if we're going to have a look at the video replay as well.
I don't think so. It will just be, it'll probably come through so quickly. Collier felt it.
Yep, it might be. Collier wants to get on with it, but I don't think he realises what they're going to let him. So here we go again. Chance of a technique.
Could be that it wasn't clear.
Yeah, if it's not clear, then they're not going to give it, are they? They've all got to agree up on the top table there. Oh, that's it.
That is.
What a lovely little koji that was. And 29 seconds left there, and Gonzalez says, well, what happened there? And that nice koji Gary there, we'll have a look at it back in slow motion, was just, well, classical.
The winner and bronze medalist for the men's under 100 kilogram category in 1 kilo representing Serbia, Alexander Bukov.
Well, we said that he had a lean time of things. That will help him out.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you can start it all off again. I mean, there's nothing more habit forming than winning, is there? You know, it becomes a habit for sure. Beautiful koji. Nice driving koji Gary there, and no doubting there. Absolutely knew it was done.
Coming up next, the second of the bronze medal contests in the under 100 kilo category. Elmar Gazimov of Azerbaijan goes up against Shadi El Nahas of Canada. It'll be Gazimov in the white judogi, El Nahas in blue. 24 on the world ranking list, Elmar Gazimov, number 3 in the world. Shadi El Nahas, they've gone head to head on one previous occasion, and it was Elmar Gazimov who came out on top. The referee in the middle for this one is Olivier De Rose.
I have to say that I'm surprised that El Nahas is coming out here. I really am surprised, because he got quite a bad injury on his knee when in the quarter-final stages, and was helped off the mat. Came back for a semi-final, virtually on one leg the whole the way through the semi-final against Sheraz Zadashvili, and went all the way through the match, and obviously couldn't bear weight on it, but he's here fighting for third place against one of the most awkward, strongest in the category, which is Gazimov. So away we go.
I agree, Neil. There must have been a point when his coach, Sasha Mehmedovic, said, you know, are you sure about this?
No.
Elmar Gazimov penalised within 10 seconds for just breaking off the grip.
Yeah, breaking it off without putting it back on.
He is one of the he's one of the senior athletes on the world tour, and it could be that he's not yet accustomed to that rule change. I'll just put that out there as an excuse for him.
Well, if Gazimov looks down and out, finished at any stage. Don't be fooled. We were saying it earlier that he does that often just to get everybody going ooh and ah for him, and then he does something remarkable. So he's one of those kind of athletes that can produce something from nothing. Change of direction there, and Al-Nahas just manages to stop himself going on his back. Two Shidos up there for Gazimov there. I'm sure that Al-Nahas, this is exactly what he'd want. He just wouldn't mind if that third Shido went up there and he can get off the mat without putting his knee under too much pressure, especially against such a strong competitor. Too much on the ground, that. So, whereas that would have scored before, he was just looking up there, wasn't he? Hoping, I think.
Gazimov at this point is competing under different rules, I think.
Yeah.
Put him on the mat a couple of years ago, he'd be off by now. as the winner.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't like that, where they drove your head into the mat and then just tipped you onto a side to get a score.
Whilst falling onto their own side.
Yeah.
The action that you initiated.
Yeah, I just don't see that.
It's a wonder that we ever scored that. If you think about that last part.
Well, now, you know, it's much clearer, isn't it? It's clearer that if you turn them from an upright position, then put a name on it. When you're a coach and you've got one of the old guards, it's occasionally that you can put a name on it. They're doing their thing. They're out there, full of
Gazimov, not the strongest of efforts.
experience, been there, done it, got the T-shirt.
Richard Trautmann in the chair for Gazimov.
Difficult, isn't it? I mean, when you're a coach,
So impressed with Al-Nahas.
There, they're not really listening, are they? Today, they're
So
doing their
impressed.
thing. I just think that out there, full of experience. You know he's not
been
firing
there,
on all. Got the T-shirt, 4 cylinders. You know that. He can't, and he's disguising this well, and he's just playing the match perfectly. Trying to
So impressed with
conserve a little
Al-Nahas.
bit. Doesn't want to take any chances.
So impressed.
I just think that you
Yeah,
know
with
he's
a
not
couple,
firing, and it
on
won't
all.
be 4
Far
cylinders.
off.
You know
Even
that.
if we count that,
he
count that as
can't,
one.
And he's disguising this well, and he's
more
just
than-
playing the match perfectly. Trying to conserve a little bit. Doesn't want to take any chances. Yeah, another couple, and it won't be. That's how you skirt back in,
Far
isn't
off,
it?
far
Actually,
off.
just
I
even
want
if you
back
count
in, I don't want
count
this
that
to
as
end.
one. One technique more than
Gazimov.
for Shido, for Gazimov, and I think it's all over. Are they going to call that? They might let it go one more go, I think.
Yeah, just because
Yeah.
of the El Nahas action there.
It wasn't a proper one, was
Yeah.
it? It wasn't. That's how you... Another good one, back in, isn't it? You just, he's ready to give it now. This to end. Absolutely ready to give it on that. Oh. Now then, he might just be able to get this. They're shouting. And finish it off in the way that he for Gazimov, and I think wants to finish it over.
He can't because the...
Are they going to call that? They might let it go one more. Go, I think.
Yeah, just because
of... go, I think.
Yeah, just because of... He hasn't got any leverage on El Nahas action there.
Wasn't a proper one, it wasn't. Member. I think he might. Another good one, that's it. That'll do it. He's ready to give it now.
This cycle, I think, one big attack from...
Absolutely ready to give it on that.
Again. Oh. Himself in a little bit of a...
Now then, he might just be able to get this.
A problem.
And finish it off in the way that he wants to finish it off.
He can't because the...
Going to go for it,
this
and
better.
there it is.
This better.
Now can he... The Haas. And I think he would have been... in contention if it had got to the final fully fit.
We come now to the final of the under 100 kilo category. Nicolas Sherazadishvili of Spain goes up against Kyle Reyes of Canada. It'll be Sherazadishvili in the white judogi, Reyes in blue. And this is how they got to the final. First round bye for Sherazadishvili, and then it was Pirelli, Sismanlar, Kukolya and El Nahas. For Reyes, it was Balanta, Turaboyev, Sharkan and Gonzalez. And just a quick note there, that's the other two.
Kemp loses yet again to Fontaine.
The winner and the bronze medalist for the women's over 78 kilogram category in white judo representing France, Leah Fontaine.
Well, whatever the plan was when Marie Camps came out, hasn't worked, I'm afraid. Back to the proverbial drawing board, Neil.
Yeah, back to the drawing board. It's let's work out just what keeps going wrong. But Fontaine came out. She knew that she needed something. This was the Wazari there. It starts inside, so it goes into the offside komi as one continuous movement there. And the referee quite rightly says, right, okay, we'll give it time to carry on.
I think you're right with, the first, probably the only comment that we had time to make, which was, don't stand still. Leah Fontaine is perfectly happy operating from one square, meter. You have to be able to make Leah Fontaine move and unsettle her. Give her any chance to bring off any technique while you're standing still, you're going to be on the receiving end. Coming up next, the second of the bronze medal contest in the plus 78 kilo category. Xu Shiyan of the People's Republic of China goes up against Rochelle Nunes of Portugal. It'll be Xu in the white judogi, Nunes in blue. This pair have met on two previous occasions and it is 1-1. The referee in the middle for this one is Ganbol Nyamtsok of Mongolia. Well, at least we may have a match on our hands here. 1-1.
1-1, and yeah, all systems go, hopefully. Often we finish with some a flurry of ippons from the heavyweight divisions, don't we?
Portugal,
True.
Grand Slam and Grand Prix medalist, Rochelle Nunes.
Let's see what Xu has got to offer up. Lost to a teammate, by the way, earlier on.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate draw, wasn't it, for the two Chinese? Both one place away from each other, so ended up fighting each other very early on.
Yeah, that was in the quarter-final. And then Xu had to get past Asia Tavano of Italy to put her in this bronze medal contest.
I see Uchimata there, good change of direction, wasn't it? Strong, and you'd expect that anyway from the Chinese. They are strong, physically strong.
Chen Zhao, who picked up the gold medal in the under 78 kilo category, has made her way up into the stands to be with her teammates so she can cheer on Xu and presumably Sue as well.
Oh, now then! She totally overstretched there, didn't she? And, well, Nunes there, completely caught her by surprise there. She was just coming over the top there. She can't believe it. That really was a terrific win for her.
Well, what's that sign then? What's that one
I'm
then,
not
Neil?
quite sure about that.
Yeah, everyone around. He's asking the same thing.
Yeah, what does that mean?
What is that?
Well, that's something.
Great one.
I hope it means something nice, because otherwise she might find herself in trouble with that one.
It's not.
Well, you know, no, seriously, I hope it means something nice.
I'm sure it does. Rochelle Nunes is one of the nicest on the circuit, so we'll give her a good sign. That was terrific.
Overreached there, just went round. Her arm was on the outside, and the hip movement there from Nunes meant that she just absolutely drove her backwards there, flat onto her back. Look at that. Look at that photograph there, and tell me where she's going to land.
That was powerful, wasn't it? And what a nice thing. The Chinese athlete, Xu, has stood around to wait for Nunes to come off the mountain.
Did she?
Yeah. Right. The second. No, beg your pardon, we've had that already. We come now to the final of the plus 78 kilo category for women. Sofia Somkishvili of Georgia goes up against Su Shin of